Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the CP Family Channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting our channel. Today's segment is going to be about helping your child with trauma. So, how to help your child with trauma in school. So, that's what today's segment is going to be about. How do we help our children or youth with trauma in school? So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. And I apologize for my voice. I was out kind of having a little fun with the kiddos and kind of, I guess, yelling at the amusement park. But I had to get out this important information, and I had to be able to share this important information with you all. So for some students, we'll get right into it. So for some students, school is not just a place of learning and growth, but also refuge from abuse. Data suggests that on average, every classroom has at least one student affected by trauma. According to the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, close to 40% of students in the U.S. have been exposed to some form of traumatic stressor in their lives, with sexual assault, physical assault, and witnessing domestic violence being the three most relevant, okay? These types of stressors, known as complex trauma, have the added wound of being perforated by a person with whom the child or teen has ongoing relationship. The very people who are supposed to support and protect are those who wound and abuse our children. This leads to continuing slates of grief, loss, abandonment, and neglect, as well as persistent anxiety, fear, and depression, all at time when the brain is at a crucial stage of development. For some young people, school is the only space in their lives where they know they are safe and can form trusted, enduring relationships. It is therefore crucial to us here, right, to be there for our children. So it is therefore a cruel irony that many students who are affected by trauma also have trouble engaging at school. They may attend school with the best intentions, hoping to form friendships, feel connected to their teachers, and succeed at their daily task, yet they can find themselves defiant, demanding, and disengaged, unable to learn, and confused about why they can't relate and bond with others. For me, what do the latest scientific findings from the fields of traumatology, neuroscience, and positive education tell us about how to best help students who are affected by trauma? Below, we highlight some of the new practices that teachers can use to not only help students heal, but also help them grow. Working with students who are affected by trauma requires schools to assist in providing individual counseling services, safety and crisis planning, behavior plans, self-care plans to address triggers, and case management. Most of these services are not provided by the classroom teacher, yet the teacher is the person who spends the most time with trauma-affected students. As a key way in which positive psychology adds to the trauma-informed strategies above is by empowering teachers in the classroom to help their students on a daily basis. Here are 5 teaching techniques that you can use in your classroom, knowing that these approaches also assist your mainstream students. So I have 5 things I have listed here. 1, I have is positive relationship. Trauma-affected students have more relationship challenges to navigate than most. These students can be dealing with harmful relationships at home and then come to school to manage relationships not only with their teachers but also with social workers, police officers, and clinicians, all while living out their daily lives. It is critical that we help these students feel safe and trusting where positive. Trusting where possible. Yeah, trusting where possible. Trusting, when they feel a sense of security too. So they can learn to develop social intelligence and seek out positive bonds with others. Teachers may be the only people who help these students learn what a healthy, supportive relationship feels like. Building relational trust involves simple teaching practices such as smiling, sharing parts of your life with your students, getting to know your students as individuals, and using yourself as a role model of a reliable and regulated adult. Number 2, I have positive physical space. The physical layout and look of your classroom can be used to build positive emotions. Putting up positive visuals and quotes can inspire creative thinking and teamwork in your students. Increase your natural light or soft lighting can enhance an open, warm, and relaxing environment. Consider how the furniture is seated and arranged in your classroom. It helps students to feel safe and connected. You can also bring plants into the room or create a mindfulness corner with my voice, you guys. A dedicated space that students can visit when they need to regulate their stress response. The corner can include a beanbag, mindful coloring books, squeeze toys, noise counseling headphones, and more. Number 3, positive priming or priming. Following the research of Barbara Fredrickson, you can use simple priming techniques to foster positive emotions such as contentment, pride, awe, and wonder in class. Okay, brain breaks are one helpful technique. The teachers who work with us have found the brain breaks are most effective when students reflect on the type of energy they need at that moment for learning. Escalating brain breaks build positive energy and emotions such as joy, happiness, and wonder. For example, clapping games, thumb wars, laughter yoga, racing around the desk, while de-escalating brain breaks build calm emotions such as contentment and sincerity. Serenity, y'all, with my voice, serenity, which helps the student to feel safe and focused. Silently tracing the movements of a partner, triangle breathing, playing music, or repeating mantras, and body movements such as shoulder shrugging or pumping your toes inside your shoes. You can also use positive primers to boost positive emotions when students first enter the classroom, such as by greeting them with a healthy touch of a handshake or a high five. During transitions, by turning transition routines into a silent game, such as follow the leader, or during independent work breaks, by having students deliberately savor their accomplishments and share with a peer. According to Fredrickson's theory, helping your students build up their bank account of positive emotions over time, changing their brain to help them learn more effectively from better relationships and become more resilient. Next time you are planning a lesson, think about how you can use positive primers throughout the learning experience. Number 4, using character strengths. Teaching strengths in school has been shown to increase achievement and well-being. All students, especially trauma-affected students, need opportunities to identify, recognize, practice, and use their character strengths, which include qualities like kindness, humor, creativity, and bravery. Ways to help students learn their own strengths and strengths of others include strengths surveys, if their literacy skills allow, strengths cards, and strengths spotting exercises like identifying strengths in their heroes or playing a secret agent game where they're invited to spy on a fellow student to identify the strengths of that student. To teach about particular strengths, you could focus on stories in English and humanities curriculums where characters or historical figures display those strengths. Strengths can be also by developed through performing arts, sports, and other co-curricula. Number 5, building resilience. Sadly, you cannot always impact the life of student outside of school. I guess that's so. You can't always be with them, once they're released from school. So you cannot always impact the life of the student outside of school. So during school, that's crucial. Sadly, you cannot always impact the life of a student outside of school, but you can teach resilient strategies that help a student affected by trauma to gain a better understanding of their situation and to counteract the negative messages of shame they often internalize. Students can practice resilience skills through role plays that help them to act out skills such as setting boundaries and verbalizing their feelings, all while in the safety of a classroom. Literature, poetry, and strong lyrics can help students identify examples of resilient thinking. For example, Ariana Grande's song, No Tears Left to Cry, following the London terrorist attack at her concert, analyzing the ways in which media figures, sports heroes, and other high-profile people explain their successes and failures showcases the difference between optimism and pessimism. Every teacher wants to positively impact the lives of their students. For students who are affected by trauma, the teacher plays an even more vital role. The introduction of positive psychology into the classroom has huge potential to change the trajectories of the lives of many of these young people by moving around, moving beyond repair to always inspire growth. We made it to the end of just some strengths, some ideas, some experiences that I've shared with you guys in regards to what I've done to help a trauma student. My name is Cheryl. Thank you once again for tuning into the CP family. Until next time, bye.
Everybody say CP family.
CP family!